Written by Trevor Noah. Section 1. The door in the name. I was born in a name. My name is a door. It opens to a story. The door's name is Burundi. When you say it, you can almost feel the land. It's a name that feels like it goes up and down, just like the hills it describes. It paints a picture in your mind of a place covered in endless green slopes, a country that some call the heart of Africa. You see small farms clinging to the sides of these hills, like patches on a giant quilt. You can almost imagine the round houses with their thatched roofs, smoke curling up into the cool morning air. This name, Burundi, isn't just a label on a map. It's the first word in a long and complicated story. A story of people, of struggle, and of incredible spirit. A long, long time ago, the people who first settled this beautiful, rolling landscape gave it a name. They didn't have a committee or a marketing team. The name came from the heart, from what they saw every single day. The name came from a people who lived on and with the hills, a people whose entire lives were shaped by the rises and falls of the earth beneath their feet. They called the place by a sound, in their language, Kirundi, the land of the Rundi people, the place of the hill people. The Bu part is a prefix that often means land of, so Burundi is the land of the Rundi. This name tells you so much before you even know the details. It tells a story of high places, a life lived looking out over valleys. People who know how to move on steep slopes, both literally and metaphorically. The name itself is gentle. It doesn't sound harsh or aggressive. It sounds steady, like the hills themselves, which have been there for centuries and will be there for centuries more. It is an invitation, a doorway into understanding a nation that is often misunderstood, a nation whose identity is deeply connected to the very ground it stands on. It's a name that asks you to come in and listen. And when you step through that door, you find a country that is as complex as it is beautiful. The hills are not just land, they are home. They are the providers of food, the keepers of history, the stage for daily life. Every path winding up a slope has been walked by generations. Every terraced farm tells a story of hard work and survival. The name Burundi is a promise of this landscape, a constant reminder to its people of where they come from. It's the sound of home, a sound that echoes with the beat of drums. The hope of a new morning breaking over the green horizon. Yeah. Section 2. People of the Hills, Hutu Tutsi Twa. When you talk about the people of Burundi, you often hear three names. These are the main ethnic groups who have shared this land for centuries. They are the Hutu, the Tutsi, the Twa. It's important to understand them, not as simple labels, but as groups with long, intertwined histories. The Hutu are the largest group, making up the vast majority of the population. Traditionally, they have been farmers. Their lives have been tied to the soil, to planting and harvesting. They are the ones who have cultivated the beans, the corn, the bananas, working the steep hillsides with skill and patience. Their connection to the land is fundamental. Next are the Tutsi. They are a smaller group in number. Historically, their culture was often centered around cattle. Cattle were more than just animals, a symbol of wealth status. The Tutsi were often pastoralists, moving across the hills with their herds of long-horned cows. Their relationship was not just with the land, but with the animals that grazed upon it. This difference in livelihood, farming cattle keeping, was one of the early distinctions. Long before outsiders came and turned these distinctions into something more rigid and more dangerous. For centuries, these groups lived together intermarried, shared a common language and culture. Then there are the Twa. The Twa are the smallest group, the original inhabitants of this region. They are a forest people, traditionally living as hunters and gatherers. Their knowledge of the forests of plants of nature is ancient and profound. Sadly, as the forests have shrunk and society has changed, their traditional way of life has become incredibly difficult to maintain. They are often the most marginalized group in the country, facing significant challenges. Their story is a vital, though often overlooked, part of the nation's identity. It's crucial to know that all these groups share so much in common. They speak the same language, Kirundi. They share many of the same cultural practices and live side by side in the same communities. They are all Burundians. The idea that they are fundamentally different and opposed to each other is a simplified and often weaponized version of a much more complex reality. The history is not one of constant conflict. It is a history of neighbors, of families, of a shared home on the hills. A home where identities mixed and mingled for generations, creating the rich, complicated fabric of the nation today. You know, it's complicated, but true. Section 3. Life's Rhythm. Family food. Drum's life in Burundi follows a simple, steady rhythm. Most people live in the countryside, far from big city noise. Homes are often built from the earth itself. Walls of mud brick, roofs of thatch, roofs of metal sheeting. Family is the absolute center of life. It's not just a mother, father, kids, it's a wide network. Aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, families are large, children are seen as a blessing. Everyone has a role. Work begins with the sun. Men and women head to the fields together. They tend their crops. A mother might spend her morning cooking. Beans and rice, ugali from cassava flour, ugali from corn flour, over a simple charcoal stove. Children have chores too. They walk long distances to fetch water, from a communal well, from a spring, carrying heavy yellow containers home. If lucky, they walk to school, often in a simple uniform, eager to learn. In the evenings, families gather to talk, share stories, rest after a long day. Life is communal. Neighbors help build houses. They mourn together at funerals. They celebrate together at weddings. Music and dance are woven into daily life. People sing while working in the fields. They sing at church. Most famously, they dance with the drums. The royal drummers of Burundi are world-renowned. The drum, known as the ingoma, more than an instrument, a sacred symbol of the nation, of its history, of its spirit. The performances are powerful, athletic, full of joy. Drummers carry heavy wooden drums on their heads. They dance. They play complex rhythms, rhythms that speak of unity. Power, the heartbeat of the land. Food in Burundi is warm, filling, meant to be shared. A typical meal, a large platter of beans, served with plantains, sweet potatoes, cassava. Meat is a luxury for many families, reserved for special celebrations. Tea, coffee. Burundi grows excellent coffee on high-altitude hillsides. Its strong, fragrant smell is part of every morning. For many families, the small coffee harvest is their only source of cash. They use that money to buy essentials: salt, soap, medicine. This rhythm, family, farm, food, fellowship, is the resilient heart of the nation. And yeah, that's the rhythm. Section 4. The hands of the farmer. Burundi's economy. The economy of Burundi can be summed up in one word: farming. It is the backbone of the country, the main occupation for nearly 9 out of every 10 people. The entire nation seems to run on the strength of the farmer's hands. When you look across the hills, you don't see large industrial farms. Instead, you see a patchwork of small family plots where people grow what they need to survive. They plant beans, corn, yams, and sweet potatoes. These are the subsistence crops, the food that fills the plates on the dinner table. Life depends on the success of these small gardens, making the country vulnerable to changes in weather. Besides the food they eat, farmers also grow crops to sell. The two most important cash crops are coffee and tea. These are Burundi's main exports, the products that bring in precious foreign currency from other lands. The high altitudes and rich volcanic soil of the hills are perfect for growing high-quality Arabica coffee.